Imagine something from another star entered our solar system, flew past the sun, and disappeared before we could truly understand it. No tail, no ordinary asteroid shape, no clean explanation. Just a strange object that appeared out of nowhere, as if it had crossed into our neighborhood from the deep dark between the stars. In 2017, that really happened. That visitor was called Oumuamua, and it was the first interstellar object ever detected. In other words, it did not form inside our solar system. It came from somewhere else entirely, possibly another star system, after traveling through space for millions, maybe even billions of years. And the strangest part was this: we did not discover it as it was approaching Earth. We found it after it had already passed its closest point to the sun and was already on its way back out. It arrived, passed through, and left before we had a real chance to study it properly.
Yes, I see that.
At first, scientists thought it was just another comet, but everything about it kept getting stranger. Comets usually develop a visible tail when they get close to the sun because heat causes ice inside them to turn into gas. That gas escapes and pushes dust outward, creating the glowing coma and the long tail. Objects inside our solar system are bound by the sun's gravity. If something approaches the sun, we expect its motion to follow a pattern we can predict. But Oumuamua was moving far too fast, and when it left the sun behind, it did something that made the mystery even deeper. It seemed to accelerate away, as if another force was pushing it outward. That raised the central question: was this just an unusual rock, or was it something else entirely? Then came the problem of shape. When astronomers observe a tiny object far away, they are not seeing a full image like a photograph. They are reading the sunlight reflected from it. A round object usually reflects light in a fairly steady way, but Oumuamua was different. Its brightness rose and fell regularly, roughly every 7 hours. That meant it could not be a simple sphere. It was probably elongated, tumbling through space like a cigar. Some scientists even suggested it might have been flat and wide, like a thin pancake or a flying saucer. And of course, once people hear that, the alien theories start to appear. So, is Oumuamua an alien spacecraft? That is the kind of question that makes headlines, but science has to be more careful than that. The truth is that we still do not know exactly what it was. But the most likely explanation is that it was natural, just something very unusual. One leading idea is that it may have been a fragment of a nitrogen-rich body, perhaps similar to Pluto, thrown out of another star system after some violent event. If that fragment was made mostly of nitrogen ice, then when the sun heated it, invisible gas could have escaped and gently pushed it forward without producing a visible tail. That would help explain both the strange motion and the lack of comet-like features. Now we have a third visitor, 3I/Atlas. And unlike Oumuamua, we are catching this one while it is still coming in. That gives us something we did not have before: time. Time to observe it, time to measure it, time to learn what it is made of before it slips away again. Atlas is interesting for several reasons. First, it appears to be much larger than Oumuamua. Second, it is moving very fast. Third, it is coming from a different direction entirely, which suggests it may have originated from a very old part of the Milky Way, perhaps the thick disk, a region filled with ancient stars. If that is true, then this object may be older than our own solar system. That alone makes it remarkable. Its path is also unusual. Instead of heading straight past Earth, Atlas will travel through the inner solar system, like a cosmic guest on a grand tour. It will pass near Mars, then Venus, and later Jupiter. But Earth itself will miss the closest encounter. That means we will not get the dramatic front-row view we might have hoped for. Still, the fact that we can watch it at all is a major opportunity. And that is what makes interstellar objects so exciting. They are not just random specks in the sky, they are messengers from elsewhere. Each one carries clues about another star system, another environment, another history far beyond our own. Oumuamua shocked us because it did not behave the way we expected. Borisov showed us that interstellar visitors can look familiar, and Atlas may help us fill in the gaps between those two extremes. The real mystery is not just what these objects are, it is how many more are out there, passing through unseen. The universe is far larger, stranger, and more active than it looks from our